This is Inner Beauty Where Are They Now edition. We are here with Carmindy, and she's going to be stepping in just a second. But as you know, things are a little different now. We've been in Westchester. Now we're going to see Sarah in New York. We're following up with her. But we're doing things through Skype, maybe a little bit more face-to-face on digital. But just know, Carmindy is still an expert in this field, wanting to find more women to help show them their inner beauty. Not just the color cosmetics that she brought us to QVC, but she's here to show us and remind us how we can do this for ourselves and see what matters inside more than what's on outside. So we have Miss Carmindy here. We're gonna bring her on in. Carmindy, are you with me?
I'm with you, Courtney. How are you, beautiful?
So good. Thank you for joining us.
This is so wonderful.
Tell me a little bit about why you created Inner Beauty and why this was so important to you.
Well, for me, my entire Carmindy brand has always based about empowering women. Now, the word empowerment's been used so much, and nobody actually gives you the tools. They're like, oh, you need to feel good, you need to be empowered. Well, how do we get there? So when I created Carmindy Beauty Cosmetics for QVC, that was a step in the right direction, but I wanted to go deeper. So that is why we created Inner Beauty, this amazing series that really addresses the needs, the concerns, the fears, the anxieties, the insecurities that all women have. We all have a little bit of that in us.
You know, I was told when I was in school, because I was teased and bullied and made fun of because I was the overweight kid, I had a hairdresser tell me my forehead was so huge you could shine a movie on it, and then I had to wear bangs for the rest of my life. I wore bangs, and when I grew them out and realized, oh my God, there's nothing wrong with having a big forehead at all. It was just a game changer for me. But it's like one comment can ruin everything if you let it.
My job is to talk to you about it, see where it comes from, erase the negativity, celebrate your uniqueness, and then we can play with amazing Carmindy Beauty products to really elevate and celebrate who you are.
When you came to QVC, you have found different women from different walks of life. Can you give us a little bit of a background of some of the women that you've seen throughout the episodes that you've done here?
Well, oh my gosh. So the first woman was Gladys, who was actually a QVC employee. What a sweetheart. This woman had so much light and so much love in her. And all of the coworkers at QVC were talking about how special she was, but she was exhausted. She had a huge family, most of them in Puerto Rico, which had been really suffering at the time from hurricanes and earthquakes. And so she was so loving and caring and wasn't taking any care of herself.
Listen, I've heard that you give so much love and so much care to your family and to the people down in Puerto Rico because they've been going through a lot. And I know you're worried a lot.
Yes.
And you're probably giving so much time and love and energy to the family, but then you gotta come and work, right? And then you gotta put on a happy face. Where's Gladys time?
Now,
Do you spend any time on yourself?
meaning my life is so fast.
It's so fast. Do you realize the beauty that you possess? You don't see it.
No.
It's huge, baby. It's all over your face. I mean, not only the smile, the shape of the eyes, the cheekbones. You're beautiful. I'm so excited to do your makeup. It's gonna be so fun. And Gladys is gonna be the baddest that she's ever looked.
She looked incredible when we were done with her. And what I realized is if I taught her how to use the right products in the right places to celebrate and take herself that moment where she could kind of breathe in that empowerment, look at herself in a beautiful light, then all of a sudden her light shined even brighter and also for herself. Then there was Sarah. She's the one that we actually kidnapped off the street in New York City. It was a complete ambush. And the one we're going to be talking to today. Sarah was a busy New York City education administrator. She had dealt with feelings from when she was a child about being insecure. She didn't like the way she looked, so she just gave up and was a little clueless on just how to use makeup.
I like the color of my eyes. I don't know much about what to do with that. I see like family resemblances in my face, which makes me happy, and
I like that.
That's kind of like a nice thing too. But you know, in general, you know, I think it's fine.
Fine? No, come here, honey. We're gonna get rid of fine, and we're gonna be fabulous.
Okay.
Okay?
That sounds good.
We're going to talk to her later about what we did in that episode. The third one was Piper. Piper was a college student. Now, this was an interesting one because as a girl going to college, as a young woman in this current environment that we're in, where there's so much bombardment on social media about what you're supposed to look like, it's too confusing. These girls are busy. They need something quick and easy. And I also needed to teach them at a young age how to start loving themselves early.
Now, growing up, what was your biggest insecurity?
I used to have really crooked teeth. When I was like about 2 or 3 years old, I fell in the bathtub and knocked my front tooth out, actually.
Okay.
This front tooth right here is fake.
Okay, you can't even tell.
Yeah, my teeth all got wonked up, so they were all really crooked, and like people were like, oh, once you get braces, then you'll be pretty then, and I was
Oh
like,
my gosh. I mean, here you are going to college, studying your butt off. Now, you need to forget any of those things that ever were said to you as a child.
And then the last episode, a wonderful woman named Jessica in New York City that was a busy mom who had a husband who traveled a lot, and she had kids and a full-time job, so she put herself on the back burner.
I love beauty. I love beauty brands. I love what they are for women. And unfortunately, I just don't get to use them as much. And you have your family, you have your career, you have your health, you have sort of love and friends and fun and all of that. And at any given time, something has to be on the back burner.
And probably what goes on the back burner or sometimes off the stove completely is self-care. Self-care is important because it actually is going to make you be a better mom and a better wife and a better business person because you're self-caring. You're taking a few minutes each day to give yourself that self-care. And we're not talking about a lot. We're talking about a little.
So those are the 4 that we've done so far.
All right, so we talked a little bit about Sarah Carmindy, but let's bring her on in. And
Yes, everybody, this is Sarah. Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Good, how are you?
You look absolutely gorgeous. How are you doing in New York City right now?
It's okay. I'm doing fine.
I can see just by looking at you, you learned a few things. You look absolutely fantastic. How did that makeover affect your day-to-day makeup routine?
I definitely used the tips, and I definitely got into a much better routine. It really was helpful to see how easy it could be to just do this in the morning and feel really good.
It's become a good habit, right? Like a good
Yeah,
daily
right.
habit?
It's like a nice habit that I was able to take the kind of fear of makeup, and just be like, oh, it's 1, 2, 3, and all the numbers and the things, I have its own special compartment in my, it's all like, so I know what to do.
Okay, Sarah, so I remember when we sat down right in front of that makeup mirror, I said, how do you feel about yourself? And you said,
Fine.
and I was like, nope, that's not going to work. We're not going to take you fine, fabulous. So I want to ask you now, when you look in the mirror, what do you think?
I mean, I'm so hot. It's unbelievable.
That's what we want. Do you get to see your inner beauty now the way I saw it?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's like, taking a little extra time, putting the makeup on, really highlighting my features, and, seeing how easy that all can be was really, really helpful for me. And so, like, instead of avoiding, it's just like, no, it's just a little extra work, and it takes a couple minutes to start my day in a much better place. Very grateful for that time you spent with me. Thank you again. I really love the highlighter powder. And I really love the eyebrow shaping tool and
the best brow forward. Yeah.
And the eyeliner is so easy to use. The universal lipstick that is so natural, and it's just like so simple to do. I'm very happy that I feel like I have the ability to put makeup on.
You look gorgeous, Mama. I'm telling you. You look beautiful. You look like yourself.
you just have this freshness about you, Sarah, and I just have to question, because you mentioned in your episode, you said the reason that you don't typically put makeup on was because you said you were feeling lazy. But do you really feel like that is really it? I feel like now you just know, you're educated and you're like, I'm ready to go.
Right. I mean, I love like the connection. As somebody who is an educator and works in education, sometimes we need to just have the insight of an expert sort of say, like, your thinking is kind of wrong. It's not extra effort to feel better all day long. And people notice and people see, and then the positive kind of feedback I got also was helpful.
Sarah, you've told us a little bit about some of your favorite products that Carmindy showed you. You also shared with us your tips and your own tricks on how you're using her Carmindizing system. Tell me maybe what's your biggest question for right now. Obviously things are a little bit different, but do you have any questions for Carmindy on how you can be doing your beauty at this time in our lives?
I'd love to hear tips from Carmindy on how to look a little better on these Zoom meetings.
On the Zoom calls. Was actually quite easy because a lot of times they're last minute too. So you might be laying in bed working on your computer in your jammies with a face mask on and your hair on top of your head. And all of a sudden they're like, we got to call in 10 minutes. And you're like, what do I do? First and foremost, grab you even just the concealer stick, my tap on concealer stick, just to conceal any quick areas. Throw on that mascara because that will open up your eyes. The highlighter takes seconds. So that'll give you yourself a little glow. And then you take the Universal Love lipstick and put it on your lips and on your cheeks real quick. And you have gotten ready in 3 seconds. So you went from the 5-minute face to the 3-second face. And it just polishes you up enough. And then I always just put on a nice top and I'll just have jammies on the bottom. Nobody knows.
I know that.
That's the quickest way. Hair back, like again, the tap on concealer, my I Got You mascara, a lippy, and my highlighter, and that's it. And this 3-second face will get you totally ready. And something else, Sarah, we were talking about earlier is now that we're all doing this, right?
Yes.
If you do want to play the eyeliner that you love so much, start playing with the Egyptian eye look. This is my new thing I'm starting because it's so fun and it doesn't smudge and it doesn't go anywhere and it's safe for the waterline. And that's where we can start playing because if you're walking down the street, we don't get to see smiles anymore, unfortunately, but we can see eyes and they are the windows to the soul. So let's start playing them up. That's a way you can go from when you're inside and then also when you go outside.
Sarah, thank you so much for joining us. We don't want to say goodbye to you, but we know that you've got a busy life to go ahead and do, and so we're going to let you go. But thank you for sharing all of your insights and then now sharing your inner beauty with us as well.
Bye, Sarah. You look beautiful, sweetheart. So good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
I'm so glad we got to talk to Sarah, Carmindy. It's so helpful to hear where people are after they've done the takeover with you.
I think that is what brings me the most joy, and it makes me emotional because it reminds me why I do this. I wish that more women would be able to see the beauty that I see in each and every one of them, but when it happens and it works and they continue to do it, I mean, that's why it's all worth it.
It is. Well, I have to just go back because what you gave Sarah was the products that we have on QVC.com, which is fantastic. You're our only proprietary beauty brand. So the fact that we get all of your expertise, but you really thought through all of these. I mean, I love some of the things that you said, that you talked to a Renaissance painter to figure out the blush, to get the color correct, which is amazing. But let's talk with not only the Carmindizing set, but also these little accessories as well. And I'll kind of point them out, but just know you can shop them on QVC.com.
As a makeup artist working with celebrities and models for so much of my career, that wasn't what inspired me to create a line for women everywhere. That was the experience, but it wasn't until working with real women of all walks of life, from every age, every type of facial feature, and listening to what it was that they needed, that they were struggling with. That is what helped me develop each and every product. So that inspired me to create a mascara that worked for all women. That is why the wand is small. So even if you have a shaky hand or a small eye, when it came to this blush you're talking about, my At First blush, what was so unique about this is how do I create a blush that works on all skin tones? Because you think that's almost an impossible job. Well, that's where my artistry of 25 years came into as an artist of working with every skin tone imaginable and then going to a master artist and realizing that this shade on the darkest of skins can just be applied with 2 layers and on the lightest of skins, just a 1 quick layer, and it works across the board.
I do have a quick question about your eyeliner because it's espresso brown. Tell me why you decided to do that.
Well, when I created the 5-minute face and I needed to make 5 easy pieces numbered in order of application be universal, but chocolate brown works on everyone. So it's not a statement color. It's that perfect shade that just takes you up a notch. It just restores your natural lash line. So that's why the espresso brown, but it had to be the right brown.
I want you to tell us about your 2 systems because you have our Carmindizing system and then you have a set. So tell me, 1, the difference and how I can kind of decide where to start, and then 2, what products are in there.
Sure. So I started with the Hydrating Luminous Complexion Collection, right? That's like the Carmindizing skin system. And it's 4 easy products. When you choose your shade, All 4 come and they work in tandem. So you don't have to think about it. You just follow by numbers. And the first is my All in Good Prime, which is a hydrating luminous primer. So it's like skincare and primer together. Then it's my waterproof foundation. This can be used as thin as a tint or to medium coverage. It doesn't change color. It looks like your skin. You literally can see your skin through it. So it's like the best skin day you've ever had, and waterproof. My Tap On Concealer, which matches your foundation when you order your shade. And then my Sheer Whisper Powder. This powder is literally blotting paper in powder form, used to do the 2 things that it needs to do: erase your shine, set your makeup, no cakey layer. Then it's time for the color, and that is the 5-minute face. So we've got my Carmindizing highlighter. So this is a universal shade of champagne. Then the Intuit eyeliner in espresso. That just goes on the upper lash line for some definition. My I Got You mascara, and that blush color we talked about, which is that beautiful shade. And then this blush brush is perfect size to like hug the apples of the cheeks, so you get that natural flush. And then my beautiful Universal Love lipstick. Look at that, I'm almost gone. I go through these like crazy. Wow. Because I use it every day because it's like the perfect moisturizing, hydrating lip balm meets that perfect shade of rose lipstick.
And then, of course, we just have a couple of quick pieces that you've added because maybe we want to do some enhancement. You've got your lip glosses. So tell me why you picked those 3 shades.
So these are my Brilliant Shine lip glosses. So we have Sunrise, Sunburst, and Sunset. And you get all 3 together because these are 3 shades that every skin tone can wear. And depending on your mood, if you want to do like a smoky eye, go for light. If you want that really pretty spring summer color, go with Sunburst. And then this shade on you, do you have this one there, which is Sunset?
Yes, I do.
This one would be so beautiful on you. It's just, all these colors work so well. And then I also have the lip topper in Stargazer. It's like a million little crystal stars. So this way, you put it right on top of your favorite lipstick, and it just makes it like 3D. If you do want to like take it up a notch, this gloss topper, oh my gosh, it's so much fun.
Carmindy, these are all such amazing tips. Thank you so much for bringing them to us. And I love that we can shop them all on QVC.com. But we appreciate you, and we can't wait to see you back on Inner Beauty.
It was so good to see you, my beautiful friend. Mwah. Take care.
Bye.
To learn more about me and my products,